Here we need something that logically completes the text. That's one of our harder prompts because we need to understand the text well enough to be able to predict in our own words what might complete it. Let's start reading. To better understand the burrowing habits of this pistol shrimp, some studies have used resin casting to obtain precise measurements of the shrimp's burrows. Resin casting involves completely filling an empty burrow with a liquid plastic that hardens to create a three-dimensional model. However, recovering the model inevitably requires destroying the burrow. In their 22 study, these researchers discovered that an X-ray computed tomography (CT) scanner can accurately record the burrow's measurements both at a moment in time and throughout the burrow building process, something that's impossible with resin casting because for resin casting, you need to destroy the burrow, which is what the text said, whereas in the CT method, you don't need to destroy the burrow or anything to that effect. So let's start looking at the answers. So going back to the last sentence, they discovered that the X-ray computed tomography scanner can record the measurements at a time and throughout the burrow building process, something that's impossible with resin casting because it can only be used on burrows below a certain size. There was nothing about how big it had to be. Because the resin casting does not allow for multiple castings of the same burrow over time, that makes sense because you have to destroy the burrow in order to build it. So you're not going to get multiple castings of the same burrow over time. C, the casting process takes more time than it takes to construct a burrow. We didn't really see a comparison of how much time it took. So far we've gotten rid of A and C. D, the process of recovering the model distorts the resin's shape. We're not seeing that. We're seeing that the nest, the burrow is destroyed, is distorted, not the resin itself. So the answer that works here is B.